Okay, so Eddie obviously, started the season off. There was injuries, all of that. You finally started to get a little bit more playing time in there. What's that like for you?
Yeah, definitely happy with that. Obviously, I'm here to be fighting for a spot, and like you said, I had some struggles with injuries. We went to preseason in Mexico and ended up being out for I think 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, it was obviously good to get back in the starting 11 this past weekend, and obviously I want to just keep building on that, and ultimately I want to be helping the team with what I can bring to the table.
How well do you think you've adapted to the game model that Juan's got here?
I think I've adapted pretty well. Honestly, for me, this is a system that I've played once before in my life in college, and I think it's something that suits me very much. I enjoy the wing-back dynamic. You have a lot more attacking responsibilities, which is something that I enjoy a lot. So I've adapted very well, but again, I'm still, I'm 24 years old, I'm still young, and I'm still learning every day.
What's it been like playing on both sides of that midfield four and as a wing-back? How's the chemistry formed between the center backs?
Yeah, I think it's good. Obviously, another thing that I'm thankful enough to bring to the table to this team is the fact that I can play on both sides and I have that versatility. As far as building chemistry, that also comes with time. I mean, we say a lot that it's early in the season, but slowly, week by week it's going by and it's not that early in the season anymore. So the chemistry is building, and obviously, like you said, I'm playing on both sides, and playing with 2 different 10s and 2 different sets of center backs is obviously good for me, and it's good for the rest of the players to adapt to everybody.
Beyond just the game model, individual qualities in your game that you've had a chance to work with Juan and the rest of the coaching staff on, what's developed the most since you've gotten here?
I think the one thing I would say has developed the most, I would say, is just my willingness to take somebody on. I think that's something that I've always had as a quality of mine. But again, we go back to, with injuries, I kind of took a little bit of a backtrack in my progression and all that stuff. But that's the one thing that before I came to this team and I had the phone call with Juan to come here, that was one of the things he knew that I can do. And it's something that he's instilled in me that, he believes me 100% whatever I decide to do in those moments. So definitely that's the part I would say I've developed the most.
Is that like you personally being more mentally confident to do that, or is that sometimes sitting on the sidelines and watching a guy like Uzo just sit there and have no fear when taking guys on?
No, for sure. I think it's a mixture of both. The one thing about being in a team like this with the amount of depth and talent that we have a lot of competition within the team. And whether it's Uzo, whether it's Babu, whether it's, Gabi, even at times when Trejo, Fede, whoever it is, watching them, kind of do those same things that I know I'm capable of also gives me more confidence. But at the same time, it is mental. And that's also something that with me personally, I believe it just comes with more games and more repetitions for sure.
Coming up against 2 teams now that have got 1 league win between them, as a group, how are you working to avoid complacency in what could be some pretty critical matches at this stage? Yeah,
I think honestly with the way the season has went so far, I don't think we have any room to be complacent because yes, we've picked up a win this past weekend, but we haven't had a moment of having back-to-back wins yet. So I think that's something for sure this week and the next week and so on. We're going to continue to build on wins because we're a team that ultimately is here to be winning. We're a team that's supposed to be competing to, win the USL Championship title, and that's not going to come if we just win 1 game and then the next game it's a tie or a loss. We have to put wins together in order to be one of the best teams.
Looking around the league, of course, San Antonio putting 7 on Charleston. What kind of message should you guys take out of that result?
I mean, for us, that's obviously something we see, and for sure, it's an incredible scoreline. But at the end of the day, it's we know that we're going to play San Antonio again. We didn't like the game that we played when we went there the first time around. So, again, it's always wanting to compete with the best, and we know we'll see them again soon. But for them, obviously, it's good to get that result.
The news this week about the women joining you, a women's team here in the stadium and in Phoenix. What do you think that does for soccer's footprint here in the state?
I think it's amazing. It's amazing. I have a girlfriend actually who plays as well, and I know how much it means to the women's game just growing not only in this country but all over the world. And obviously here in Arizona, I haven't been here long, but this is definitely a community that welcomes the sport and welcomes just the appreciation of the game. So I think it'd be amazing once it does kick off, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, you gonna engineer a trade over here, like a package deal, the 2 of you both playing in Phoenix?
We'll see. I'll talk to her about it, but we'll see.
Awesome. Who she play for?
Right now she just finished college, but she's trying to play overseas actually, so she's gonna try to go in the summer transfer window.